Well, hello everybody. I'm Alison Sweeney. I'm going to let my co-stars introduce themselves.
I'm Erica Durance. Hello.
And I'm Brennan Elliott, and just want to say we're so excited for you to watch our new holiday movie, Open by Christmas, part of Countdown to Christmas.
Yay! All right. I know, I'm so excited. But so you guys, I have questions for us. Erica, I think I gave you some of the questions too, so we're all going to just answer them. Hallmark Channel sent them our way. So let's get started. People ready? Are we? I see that Brennan is in the Christmas spirit. I do feel, Brennan, you need to explain to everyone what all goes on there because it is, not even Thanksgiving yet. It is mid-November. So
well, I'm
jealous. I'm going to start by saying I'm jealous, but go ahead. Tell everybody.
A few weeks before Christmas, we'll start putting the tree up, like I'm sure most of us. But my kids were in school, and Christmas came up, and they came home wanting Christmas now. And it's a lot of Christmas Hallmark movies out there, so I figured, why don't we do it? So I put it up. But my wife, actually, I went away and came back to help her, but she was too excited and put it up. So I'll give her all the credit in the world.
Decorated tree, very balanced.
It's beautiful.
Yes.
And I feel now I can set that precedent in my family, Brennan. So I'm going to screenshot you, and I'm going to report back to my family and make this happen.
Anything I can do to help, Allie. Anything.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Okay, let's jump in.
Yeah.
First question. In Open by Christmas, Nikki returns to help her parents move when she comes across a letter from a high school secret admirer. There's a mystery to solve, and she and her best friend Simone set out to find the anonymous author. Can you all share? Oh, okay. They just want us to share our experience on bringing this movie to life. So let's start with you, Erica. What was it like for you bringing this movie?
Bless your heart for saying that. It was really fun. I haven't done Hallmark for about 8 or 9 years, so it was really fun to be part of it again. And I'd never done a Christmas movie for Hallmark, and so I was ready to roll. And I remember specifically just being really excited when I got on the sets and stuff like that, just because of the decorations and everything. It helped throw us into the mode. And I think my first scene was with you, and we were supposed to have already been like mid-deep friendship.
Yeah, lifelong best friend.
Meeting you, and you were so friendly, and I realized, okay, we're gonna be fine.
Well, it's funny, right? Because sort of like when you meet your love interest in the movie, like playing best friends. As a woman, like we all have best friends, you know how important that relationship is. There's a lot of stress, like of trying to make sure that we have that same chemistry. Because
I immediately kind of went back to 14, 15, and I was like, I gotta calm down. It ended up being a lot of fun. I don't know about you, but I found that when we worked together, we laughed a lot. I don't know if you and Brennan fought a lot. I'm gonna let you guys do that, but maybe there was some intense fighting.
Yeah, as you can see, so difficult. Such a high drama to work with.
It took a lot. It actually took a lot for me to even be here.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. No, I've always wanted to work with Allie for years, and we've been trying to find the right project. And just coming, I'll second what you said about getting on set. The first scene we had was a restaurant scene where we had actually had some time together in the movie, and it was just like slipping on an old jacket. It was easy, it was effortless, it was fun. David Weaver, our brilliant director, made a great environment where we could play and make it alive. And there's a lot of comedy in this movie, a lot of fun beats, and it was really, really. And I'm not just saying this. Obviously, being in the movie, you want to tell the truth. The truth is, I had an absolute blast doing it. It was such a fun time, and to play a character like Derek, which is very different from what I've used to play, I just had a really great time. It was fun. It didn't feel like work, which is what it's supposed to feel like.
I think that translates too, don't you? Into what the audience sees when we're having fun and we're developing those friendships and Brennan is making everyone laugh all the time. You do see that it comes across for the audience. I think they get that same. They're going to get that same feeling, and
it did have a feeling, Ellie, of being a little familial. Like we all had history, and even Michael, who plays Jeremy, was. He was lovely, and just the four of us getting together, it was just effortless. It was a lot of fun. And I think I do agree it'll translate. I think the fans will have a lot of fun watching it. It'll be an easy, sweet movie.
And one of the favorite things, I know this is, we haven't gotten, you're supposed to ask the next question, so I'm like dragging out my question here. But one of the things I love about Christmas movies is that there's always some part of it that you recognize from the way your family does it, right? Like there's always a character in it that you see like, oh, my mom's like that, or oh, that always happens at my Thanksgiving. And so I really loved how our movie had so many different angles, different relationships, different family dynamics that you could witness. So, for example, Erica, I think Brennan referenced the character of Jeremy, that's your love interest, his mom coming in.
Oh my
Like,
gosh.
I think that montage of you getting house ready for your new mother-in-law, that's something so many women will relate to. And I just saw that sense of tension of like, oh, I really want this to work out. You know, those are really fun moments that everyone's going to identify with.
Yeah.
Okay, your turn.
Question number 2. Viewers will see the strong friendship between Nikki and Simone, and they have as they kind of try to help each other through the movie. Simone is navigating challenges as a single mother, and Nikki's searching for her secret admirer. What is one quality that you
admire her? You could admire her.
I can't even say admire.
It's a nice double entendre.
Yeah, there was a double meaning in that. Go ahead.
Okay, so after watching that, it led to, what is one quality that you admire about their friendship?
Oh, that's a great question. So I think what I admired the most about their friendship and was important to me to show in the movie was that they were honest with each other, right? They're not harsh, but certainly we each have a scene where the character is not seeing something about themselves, and the best friend has to be the one to tell them the truth. And that's hard. It's scary as a friend to be like, oh God, I have to tell you the truth right now, and I don't want to do it, and you're going to be mad, and it's going to be hard. But you have to do it. And we each got to have that opportunity with each other through the course of the movie, just really, because you have to have those people in your life.
Yeah.
Who tell you.
That's what shows how deep that friendship is, how real and honest deep it is. That's what's beautiful about that friendship is we all have that close friend, and you can tell that person anything, and then they're not going to feel put on the spot or judged or hurt. They're going to realize, because there's such an openness with that friendship. And I really love that storyline with you too, is that they're not just best friends. They're almost friendship soulmates, and they can be open. They can communicate. And I think the audience is going to connect to that and myriad of other things too, which is amazing. I told Allie, I think our audience will have to watch this 2 or 3 times to really get the little nuances that David and obviously Alison, everybody that was kind of finding little nuances, little clues, little things.
You had some nuances in there too that I think people are going to need to watch it again and again for. But okay, so did you want to answer that question too, Erica? Do you have any thoughts on that?
You guys covered it. It was basically, it was quite interesting to be able to play in a movie with a woman where we actually were each other's, as Brennan said, almost each other's soulmates, and could hold each other accountable for things. And it's rare that you are able to have friendships that last that long sometimes in this world. And so to be able to represent that, put that out there for our viewers watching, and they can experience that too and go, oh yeah, I have it, whether it's a sister or a friend or whatever, but to see it focused around that instead of either fighting or being rivals or whatever, it didn't have that. And that was actually quite unique. And that people will enjoy watching that.
Yeah,
it's a very unique film for Christmas in the Hallmark universe of Christmas. It's got some real unique levels that I think are really, really beautiful and positive.
Yay! Okay. Oh, this question is for me, so that's weird. Alison, not only do you do awkward, you're bringing your character to life.
Alison, you do an amazing job. Do you want me to do it for you?
Bringing your character to life. But you also played a hand in creating this project. Can you share your experience with producing this film? I feel this actually should be more directed at both of you, because I know for me, the bottom line is it's like multitasking, right? It's sort of like being a mom. You have to sort of like do all the things at the same time, and like not let each person know that you're really stressed out about the other thing that's happening over there, and like checking your watch and making sure, you're really trying hard to be everything to everyone. Not like it's a test or anything, but how did I do?
You were good. I laughed a lot because in watching you, there was some narration in my head that was going on that I would be like, I wonder if she'd say it. And I'd be like, her brain is so similar to mine. Like, this is cool.
We did find that. That was really cool.
Did find that. And one of the things that I thought was really cool was the multitasking aspect, but also checking into, you would lock eyes with people and actually make them feel like real people that mattered. And you'd say, what are you doing today and what's happening? And then at the same time, you'd be, you know, I remember doing specifically a scene where I'm about to do it, and then you're like, what's going on with your hair? And we fixed something that was weird. And then in the background, you're like, it needs to be more Christmassy. And I was like, you know what? You're right. It does. And, you know, it's like kind of going back and forth, and then just kind of falling into the role. Or, as you had mentioned, like being a mother, you were a mother on set. So there were times where you're able to and had to handle some things at home, and you're like, okay, yeah, I got that. And then all of a sudden you'd flow right into the scene, and it was a neat thing to be a part of and to see.
Yeah,
it was
like watching
without you guys.
I mean, it was like watching somebody who obviously is the star of the movie, executive producer, but also every scene my personal experience watching Allie was she was juggling all these juggling balls and could focus on all of them. And then when they say action, be so in the scene. And then when she cut out, I remember we did a scene where we're doing the scene, whatever, and then she'd be looking off, and I'd be like, okay. And they yelled, cut. And we need more lights here. We need a little more holly here. Or we need a garland, and just making the scene better, not only from the actor's perspective, but from props and sets and writing, and even some dialogue we had to like discuss and change and roll with it and have fun. But to have all those juggling balls in the air and make it seem still fun and not there was no like, oh, this is a stressful situation, we got to do this now. It was just really, really flowy, and it was. And there were so many things that go on, obviously, behind the scenes that you were aware of, Allie, that we weren't. But you never made us feel uncomfortable, or there was something we really had to do, and I really appreciated that.
Thank you to both of you. I honestly, it starts with being able to work with people like you, because you both you held up your characters and your parts in it so well, and offered so much to the whole movie. I mean, for me as a producer, I think the number one thing I can do is like hear from the actors and draw out their feelings. And Erica, you on day one, you know, had so many great thoughts and things I wanted to include, and I feel like I just am so lucky and grateful to have had both of you in this movie. So thank you.
Lucky to be a part of it, for sure.
We hated each other so much.
I know.
We're looking for some juicy gossip. They're going to be sorely disappointed.
They're going to be so disappointed. What I will say is, like, just as a hint for people, that it wasn't real wine in the scenes, but it felt like it. It's so weird, because when you're holding like a wine glass, and by the end, Erica and I were like, are we tipsy in the scene? I swear it's just grape juice. Maybe it's the sugar high. Like, I don't know what's happening, but we were totally relaxing and enjoying each other's company. Okay, Erica, your turn.
Okay. Question for Brennan. Brennan, your character Derek has played an important role in Nikki's childhood and is now the realtor helping to sell her parents' house. Why do you think the viewers will connect with your character?
Oh, well, I think, you know, I just think that, see, I don't want to give away too much, you know?
Well, what if you talk about like the first, that first interaction that they have, Nikki and Derek? Because I think there's a really fun real life feeling of like how awkward that can be when you.
Well, you know, I really believe, you know, when you, well, I'll be very sort of general and vague, so I want people to really get it out of the movie, and I don't want to spoil anything. But I think everybody's gone through those experiences where they bump into people from their past, you know what I mean? And they have a certain reaction to it. And there's so many moments that I think the audience will connect with Derek, because I think that they've been through that in their own lives. But the way the script made it come to life was so honest and so funny and so rich. And there was a lot of levels there that were honest and human. And I sometimes feel like that's what the audience is going to connect to the most, is that it's real. And it was a lot of fun to play. And I know that scene, and that scene was as awkward as it is talking about it as it was on the day shooting it. I'm still kind of shaky even thinking about it, because it was such a funny, awkward, and I didn't see it on the page. It just happened, and I think the audience will have a lot of fun with it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's a bit of a emotionally, romantically impotent human being. He's not Mr. Don Juan, and I think that's very fun to play. And I think the audience, there's always those people.
And most people can relate to that. They
totally.
Like people, right? That's who they fall in love with. It's the people that actually show a bit of humanity and
insecurity and fear and uncomfortability.
awkward and embarrassing, and it's
Oh,
hard, and you don't always know the right thing to say or the right way to say it. And so I do think that, and I think women in particular, you know, when you're watching this movie, you fall in love with a person that you can really just be so charmed by, someone who's not perfect and doesn't always say the right thing.
Yeah, I remember David Weaver, our director, said to me on the very first day we were in that restaurant doing that scene, he said, I don't want this guy to have, he's not like cool, he's not Don Juan, he's not wooing, he's a very open-hearted, this is a new experience, and not, he's the opposite of what you would think a leading man would behave in those situations. And I found that hard, but also the most enjoyable part of what Derek is. And I think people will relate to that, because I know many friends of mine that will meet somebody and want to talk to them and go, I just don't have it. I can't do it. I cannot do it. Come on, do it.
You think about it like a day later, you're like, oh, I could have said this.
Right.
Oh, I wish I'd said that. Or what if you spent all night thinking of the other things you could have done.
Right.
Okay.
Absolutely.
I have a question for you.
Okay.
We are so excited to have you star in another Hallmark movie. The viewers are so excited to see you working with Alison and Brennan. Can you share? Oh, yeah. Well, I think we've already been sharing what the experience is like working together. But do you have any other fun little insights about what it was like working on the movie you want to tell us?
Well,
she's like, I just didn't like my scenes with Brennan at all.
So it was New Christmas. We could talk about the Christmas aspect of it, because you hadn't done a Christmas movie with Hallmark. So were you like, isn't it crazy and fun to do Christmas? It's August, or what time did we do?
It is, and you know, it was just like I said. I mean, we hear people talk about this a lot, but genuinely, I found that I laughed a lot on this film, and everybody was in there to make something beautiful and make something fun and enjoy each other's company. And that it really doesn't often happen that way. Exactly. Like there's usually little idiosyncrasies you have to work out. And so being that I felt that I know that I had my own story point, but my closest relationship was with your character. And so it all hinged on that for me. And so to be a character that came in and got to be the cheerleader and amp you up and try to get you to do this thing that was really uncomfortable, and then you would share that kind of back with me and try to get me to kind of chill out. One of the things I really liked about this particular story was that the issue that Simone dealt with was very relatable to people my age going through what they're going through.
I love that.
Single mom, and she's trying to figure out how to let go of her relationship with her kid, and she's just trying to figure out who she is and what she's doing now. And I have so many friends that are like that right now. They're like, their chicks are out, they're at school. Yeah. Like, okay, so what for me? I don't even know how to think about me anymore, really.
Right.
And so I think that'll be something that'll be really relatable and fun. And there's something that happens just when you step on a set and everything's bright and fun and beautiful, and there's great decorations and great crafty and lots of crafty.
I just also remember too.
So for people who don't know, crafty is like the snacks that we get. So
I remember we'd sit in
they give us snacks.
We'd sit in the green room, and usually when you're in the green room as actors, for those listening, everybody's doing their own thing, and it's kind of maybe a little like, I don't know, we're not comfortable with each other. But all of us, we'd be talking about food, or, you know, I think, Ali, it was your birthday, and where are you guys going? And then they'd be, okay, we're ready to go. And be like, oh, got to go to work now. Like, it was such a comfortable ensemble feeling that was really enjoyable, you know? And I mean, look, doing these Christmas movies is always a joy to do, but, you know, there's always those ones where you feel like, okay, that was maybe a little harder than this or that. This was just, it was effortless. I felt like when I flew home, I didn't even know.
And I was really excited to be a part of Christmas movies, because they are something that everybody I know says, oh, it's Christmas movie time. You know, they even put Christmas movie socks. Like it happens. It's a thing. And so it was really fun to say that I was going to get to do that.
Okay. I think it's your turn.
Okay. All of the characters partake in festive activities as the holidays approach, from buying Christmas decorations to attending holiday parties and eating delicious food. What are some of your favorite holiday traditions? I'm going to put it out there.
Well, we know Brennan's, because we can see it. It's happening already behind him.
I'm going to give my wife the credit on that one, but one of my thing that I always used to do growing up, and we still do it today, is, you know, music was very big in my family. So we, you know, the dad would bring out the guitar. I'd have, you know, I don't want to get into what I had that I was playing, but it was the accordion, which everybody knows.
I was going to say recorder.
The recorder, yeah, one of those things. And we'd sing songs, and the very first song we always had to sing, because my grandma's favorite song was Little Drummer Boy. That was the first song every year forever. The old one, not like the old one. And that drum in the beginning was just hauntingly beautiful. We would have that, snow would be coming down. It was just family. It was just family. None of us played well. None of us sounded good. We couldn't sing probably, most of them. But it was, I always remember that being a cherished moment, because a lot of those people, moved on to their lives. But when family's together, that's what we do.
Oh, I love that. That's so sweet. Well, one of the things I love, and it isn't a particular holiday tradition, but I love the photos. I love Christmas cards. I love making the family Christmas cards that we send out every year. I love, getting everybody's Christmas card sent to me and seeing how their family is doing and what did they design for a Christmas card this year. And that brings me back to, you guys donated photos to contribute to the opening credits of our movie. We do, I can't wait for the fans to see. It's a montage of our childhood photos. And by the way, I feel I haven't mentioned to my brother that he's in it. There's a picture of him from when we were little in the opening credits. And you have cute pictures, Erica, that you contributed. And then we created some that are a mashup of you and me. So it looks like our, childhoods together. And so we're really creating the story of their lives as best friends. And it really worked for me, because that's the part of Christmas that I love. I love that part of it. I love seeing every day in the mail, chunks of those letters coming in with people's Christmas cards and their family photos. What about you, Erica?
Well, I grew up in a really small town in Alberta, so there was lots of the real atmospheric, very cold, lots of snow. It was a very traditional type of Christmas. And so it was all about the plays and the pageants and the manger and all of that. So what I try to bring into now, which is kind of tricky sometimes, because I haven't found a really great concert where I could go see Handel's Messiah again for my grandpa or anything like that. I have to try to do that. But for the kids right now, we play a lot of music in the house. We do lots of lights. We actually have thank goodness nobody in my family has issues, but we always have a light going on in the living room, a little strobe light, which is green and red. It's pretty intense. My family comes up and we listen to a lot of the old Christmas carols and stuff like that. So
you have a Christmas rave? Kind of.
Yeah.
You are from Alberta. I'm from Alberta. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah. And then we really do, and this is going to sound, nobody's going to buy this, but I really do put on Hallmark almost the entire time.
Yeah.
So it's a big deal when we just watch Christmas movies. So
I love it.
Yeah.
Well, it's funny because the next question is about, there is a story point where my character breaks out into song, sort of. You have a great line, Brennan, I'm going to spoil, off the cuff and a cappella.
I remember that, actually.
that she sort of just breaks out into song randomly. And it turns out to be a big mistake. So the question is, have you guys, is music a big part? I mean, it sounds like music is a big part of all your holidays, but do you guys sing? Do you go caroling? How does that figure into you? And would you be as mortified as Nikki if you did something like that?
Oh,
my character.
We did a lot of caroling growing up, so it was we were all just nerdy carolers. So everybody.
But it was
and you're a good singer too, I think, Erica.
It was so cold. Remember, our winters in Alberta are within 7 seconds, your brain freezes. It's it's cold.
Yeah.
But
go.
Yeah, we used to carol. We used to go caroling door to door, and that was fun too. And music was obviously a big part. We'd have every family member. My parents were big golfers at the golf club, and so they would have all their friends from golf come over to the house, and we'd have 30, 40, 50 people. I don't even know. They're not, some are families, some aren't. It was a very, very festive, Christmas Eve was a big, big deal in our house. And so we sang and played instruments. And then if the cups are full of Jolly, people that couldn't sing thought they could, and people that played thought they could, and they really can't. And it just became a big party. It was a lot of fun to do those. I miss those days.
What else we did? I don't know if you guys did this, but we would watch Scrooge on Christmas Eve.
Oh, I love
Alistair.
Yeah.
I think that's who it is. There's a bunch of different Scrooges out there, and there's the one that we love the most.
You mean with Bill Murray? No.
No, like the old one.
George C. Scott.
No.
George C.
Oh,
Scott.
you mean a Christmas Carol? A Christmas Carol.
Yeah. Sorry.
George-
You know.
Yeah, that's right.
Old. But it's a Christmas Carol. Anyways, we loved watching that every Christmas.
Well, you might be able to guess that my favorite Christmas movie, one of my favorites, my mother made us watch every year, was A Miracle on 34th Street.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
And there's a hint of that in this movie. So a little nod to Miracle on 34th Street in this movie. So, okay. Your turn, Erica. I think we're on question 8.
Yeah, so this is about the photos that we've shared on social media of the cast and crew on set. Are there any fun behind the scenes stories you can share? Some we cannot share, and that's just the way it goes.
So you're cut off. Behind the scenes, like I feel like we try to put as much of it on camera as we could, you know, to some of the great outtakes, some of Brennan's great like ad-lib one-liners we used in the movie. I mean, sometimes David and I were sort of like, which one should we use? Because you'd end the scene in a different way. There's a great scene in the Christmas tree store. I don't know.
Well, that was our last scene. That's right. That was our last scene.
But that day when we were filming it, you had a couple different funny ways to end the scene, and so we found ourselves wondering which way was the best to go with it. I'm trying to think. There's another really, Erica, you're hilarious. I don't know if we do this stuff in post for the fans to know, where we go back and have to re-record some of our audio, and so sometimes you get a chance to see the movie. Little parts of it, right? So Erica, I don't know if you had to redo it, but you're so funny in the scene where we're at the fair, at the Christmas.
I didn't do that one.
Oh, you didn't have to see it. You didn't see it again.
Tell everybody how funny I was.
But you were. So my character is busily embarrassing herself, and your reactions are so funny throughout the entire scene. That it was hard not to like. We cut to you I was like, oh, she's so funny. Like it plays better on her right there. And there was so much of you in that scene because your reactions were so great. And then you did a wonderful ad-lib where you're like, you're Foxy. And it was just the funniest. It's just so cute and fun and such a best friend supportive thing to do. Like you're just trying so hard to pull your friend together. Like get her back on track. Stay with me.
Well,
like
I think
you
that
were
speaks
great.
to like the theme of what we were allowed to do on the show, and we're not always allowed to do that is actually play. And so yourself and David created an environment where, you know, normally in a scenario like that, you would, because they wrote basically my character into a scene, and then the scene's like 3 pages long, but I'm not doing anything. And so normally you like try to find a way to get in and get out, and that's kind of what I did. And then David was like, well, we want you to stand there the whole time. And I was like, okay. So it's a fine balance between trying to blend into the wall and like give reactions, right? But it was just neat because we weren't hampered too much by constraints of like being right on
rules or whatever,
rules, whatever it was. And if it was too much, then it was too much. Like
we had lots of wiggle room to make it work, but it was hilarious. It was fantastic. Okay, so to wrap up our live chat, we have a rapid fire game. Oh, we're gonna play a game, people.
All right.
Rapid fire. I'm ready.
Let's do it. Okay, this or that, inspired by Open by Christmas and Countdown to Christmas. Pick the option you like best, and we're all going to answer. Ladies first, we'll go Erica, Brennan, and then me.
Okay.
Ready? Decorate a Christmas tree or pick out a Christmas tree.
Decorate.
I'd have to say decorate.
Decorate, for sure. Okay,
Yeah.
3 decorate. Christmas Eve or Christmas morning?
Christmas Eve.
Yeah, Christmas Eve was big for me too, because you're so anticipatory about the next day. And it was, Christmas Eve was a big night. Yeah.
I'm all Christmas morning. I love ripping the presents apart and like paper everywhere. I love the stockings, like stuffed with like the silliest little things and pulling them out. Oh, there's one more thing down at the bottom. Oh, I love it. Okay. Sorry.
I love that.
Cinnamon rolls or Christmas cookies?
Christmas cookies, shortbread.
Cinnamon rolls for me.
Ooh. Yeah, I'm gonna go Christmas cookie. Oh, I love Christmas cookies. I love decorating them. I love eating them. I love eating the dough. Though you're not supposed to. Don't ever eat the dough.
And you always say, I'm not gonna have another one, but you do.
And then you do.
I just keep eating it and I'm sick, but I'm like, I love shortbread.
But I have to have more. White elephant gift exchange or Secret Santa?
Secret Santa.
Well, I don't know what white elephants, what that is, but I'll Secret Santa.
It's a pretty fun game.
Well, let me tell you. Let's
Okay.
give you. You probably just not heard it called that. White
Yeah.
elephant gift exchange is the game you play where everyone brings one gift.
Okay.
And then you pick them like out of a hat who gets to open the gift, and
Oh,
the person
yeah.
opens the gift, and then the next person can either steal that gift or open their own gift. And so you kind of want to go later because you could like take anyone's gift or open a new one.
Oh, I played that before. Okay, it was I just called something different when I grew up, but I would still have to say Secret Santa because when I play that game, someone always would steal the one I wanted.
Steal's a good one.
And it
Yeah.
would make it would just like mini trauma.
You can control it. You can be like, okay, I know that I'm gonna get one gift, and yeah.
That's true. That's true. Yeah.
So and Secret Santa is fun because you just get to like pick out something really meaningful for that one person.
Yeah.
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 I'm with you. I like that. Angel tree topper or a star tree topper?
Star.
I like them both, but I have to go with star too. We always had a star. That was up in the top.
Yeah, we always have a star. I love star. Okay. Well, you both are stars in my mind.
No. We love you, Allie. Thanks for having us aboard.
Okay. Yeah, I you know what? Thank you for joining us, everyone. Can't wait for you guys to watch the premiere of our new movie, Open by Christmas.
Tune in for Open by Christmas, part of Countdown to Christmas on Friday, November 12th at 8 o'clock on the Hallmark channel. You guys, I'm so excited for our movie.
And I want you all to tweet along while you watch using #OpenByChristmas.
Okay. I'll tweet with you. Are you guys going to be with us on Twitter?
Of course.
Yeah.
All right.
Hey. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Hi, I'm Leah Thompson, and thanks for watching our YouTube channel. You can get more great Hallmark Channel content by clicking subscribe. And don't forget to download the Hallmark Movie Checklist app to set reminders for your favorite Hallmark Channel movies.